Hola people, let's continue with our tutorial. In this lecture we will add some character, some image character. I hope you finish setting all the buttons. I hope you finish setting all the buttons here. Buttons need to be flat and need to be 64 by 64. Also, I hope you create signals here by the node press it and create signals, which means you will have script with all buttons with signal. So all button will have function. Button 3, button 4, 5, 6, 7 and button 8 need to have some function as a signal. So if all of this is okay, we can continue with creating one sprite. Write sprite and select one sprite. Sprite is a child node of the root 2D node. So create it and you will have it. We need to add texture for it, and just click once and then load. So we will load our default icon, and you can also add some other character image. We can do it in next lecture. Let me rescale this a little bit. Something like this. I think it's also too big. Let's try like this. Not bad. And we can little bit make some changes here on modulate. We can change some kind of color, for example something like this. Okay. As you see, we have sprite set it here. Only position of a sprite is not so great. If you are perfectionist as I am, you can change a little bit of this position, create it something like this, and this will be our character for a game. And now we need to create some code for movement, and this code will work when we click on some kind of field. So when we click on this field, we will do some code. We have function here for a button 7 pressed. So when the button 7 is pressed, we can do some coding. First thing, we need to create some variable for position. This variable will be vector2 variable because he will have 2 axis positions, so x and epsilon axis of a position, if you know what I mean. So here position is 343 by 227 or something like this. This is vector2 variables have defined position like this. So this position will be position of the button. So we will use reference for the button 7. Reference for the button 7, and we need to use some coding here. We will try with get global position, but I don't know is this work or not. We will see. Get global position, and we will just print it here as a position. So let me test it. when we click on button 7, we get some kind of this. 64 is okay, this is X, and 302, this can be here. I think this is okay. I think this is okay. I'm sorry, I just looking on a time for this video, and we can accept this as okay. So now we have one part of code solved. Other part of code will be moving sprite, so we will use a reference for a sprite, and we will try to set position for it. Let me try with simple set position. We can just try with set position and use this vector2 variable. Set position is node2 property for a position. Set position. This is setter position, need vector2 variable. We have a vector2 variable here. Get global position is vector2 variable, and we need to try this to see if anything is happening. So when we click here, we have movement. We have a changing of position. It is okay. It is okay because Sprite is a child node of the vector2 node. So we only need to calculate vector2 variable for this, just to move it a little bit in a space, and I think this will be fine. No, sorry, but no. Vector2 variable, we didn't do it right. We have set position as good, this is good, but we cannot add it after this method, so we need to do it before. Let me try something like this. We will not print position, we will just do some math with position. So position will be plus equal vector2 variable 32 by 32. Let me test this. So click, it's okay, it's okay. Now we have simple movement in point click turn-based game. This is very good for beginner, and we have good progress in a few lectures. So just to repeat it, with global position we get vector2 position for this button. After that we just add 32 by 32 in x and epsilon, and we set position on this calculated value, which means after button pressed we have movement. This can be done for other buttons, but don't do it, because we will add some game math for this game. We are going towards some workable game part, so we need to create a game part. And again, for finishing of this lecture, so we have some kind of character, and if we click in a space we have movement. Thank you for watching of this video. We will continue in the next. Goodbye.